podcasters! Welcome to Read, Watch, and Wine. I'm Treva.
Champagne.
Raya.
And Lynn.
And welcome to this episode. We are going to talk about the book to movie adaptation of the movie Freak Show, or book Freak Show. But before we get started, let's talk a little bit about this wine. I don't know if it's going to show, but it is Rosata. It's a pink Moscato. It's from Italy, and it is so sweet. Now, I'm a sweet wine lover, and I think a couple of us are. I know champagne is, but this wine is so sweet. It's just about too sweet for me. So if you don't like a sweet wine, I would not recommend this for you. But it does have a really great flavor. Lynn, stay away from it. You are not going to want to have any parts of this wine.
It's bad when you have to cut wine with water to make it, like, sippable.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a pink Moscato, and it's good. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. So, back to the book. Freak Show. Freak Show. Baby.
All right, I'll start off. And I listened to this book on Audible this time. And can I say the narrator from Audible was thebomb.com.
Yeah.
I mean, voices went up and down and emphasis. I lost in train of like thought. I mean, I was supposed to be, working because, this is my book. And I'm just like, yes, queen. Middle of like the day talking to myself. The book.
You didn't need the movie, right? Like, it was just so...
all of it. So good.
The narrator, and I did this one on Audible also, and the narrator was he was so fabulous. Who was the narrator? Let's give him a shout out.
Nestus.
Okay.
So good.
But like I thoroughly enjoyed the book. I mean, for one, the storyline I loved. But the narration, I was captivated the whole time. Like I loved it from beginning to end.
Right. I related to so much of that character just because of the way the narrator portrayed him. Like, let me just tell you, the blah 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 when somebody gives you their name.
Oh my god! Like 3/4 of the book, like he literally like blah blah blah. It's here again. Like, oh my god!
He was like, did her name sound like blah blah blah? And I'm like,
she's like, yeah.
Like that is the joke for me at work because I don't remember people's names. And I swear, when he started doing that, I was like, oh my god, that's me. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know your name.
I also listened to it on Audible also. And I'm glad I did because I don't think the book would have done it justice, me just reading the book, because this helped you understand his actual personality. It was literally through the roof. I cannot imagine anybody else. Their narrator being anybody else.
Literally.
Amazing. I've never laughed out loud, like literally laughed at a book in my life, and I was dying in this book. It's the funniest little kid. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was some of the times where he was just like, yes! And I'm like,
he was living in a whole world of his own. And I'm going to wear this, and I'm going to put this mascara on, and of course the Chanel this, and that's what I'm going to do. And
it was
7:30 in the morning, and I'm like playing in my ear, typing away, and it's like yes, and I'm like yes, queen. Oh, my house.
My favorite part of this book, well, not my favorite because the whole book is my favorite, pretty much. But when he describes Flip, I literally lost it. I was in the car in the parking somewhere. I was supposed to go in a building. I didn't go because I literally kept rewinding just so I can say it on this podcast. He was like, he was a dewy, chewy, girly, gooey, moistened, oozy sex god. And I was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes. He was so funny. And I was everything that he said was so over the top, unrealistic, crazy. I just love it. I love it.
I envisioned like the narrator was reading the book as is.
Yeah.
So my thought was just like the book as you're reading it as is was probably just as entertaining. I mean, definitely hearing it makes a difference sometimes. But I was just thinking like, what a good read. Like when you describe a character, he's supposed to be loud and himself and flamboyant and just like a queen. And I think the book was written to portray that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's not always like the book will be depressing. You don't really get that from it.
Yep.
Angry, you don't get that. But this was supposed to be in your face, loud, himself, and the book was written that way.
Right.
Don't care.
Right.
And I love that.
I love the fact that I know most of this narrator or this book made you feel as though you're Billy's friend. Like he's talking to you. Like you don't understand. When I tell you he is a sex god, face of God, he just kept reiterating, like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm telling you. Listen, okay, so I lied. Okay, so as if he's talking.
Right. Everything I said before was a lie, and let me just tell you how it went.
We were all blah 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 2.0.
Exactly.
But that, like, the actual storyline of the book, I also enjoyed too, because I felt like some people are so masked in so many different ways, and they can't be themselves and be open and out there. And even though he moved to a town where like people aren't, especially with somebody that's gay or queer, he was just like, excuse my language, but F it.
Whatever.
No matter what. I mean, he was put into a coma, for God's sake, but still decided to be himself. So if that doesn't show you be yourself no matter what and love yourself, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So true.
Yes. I agree. That was it was just beautiful.
All
right, so
you guys know how I always say, like, okay, this is overly descriptive. I don't need that much. I love the description. Thank you. Sure, everything.
Right.
Especially when it came to describing Flip.
Yes. Oh my God.
Right. Or even his outfits, like the description of his outfits.
Yeah.
I mean, I could
You
see
can see it.
Mm-hmm. And I guess switching to the movie, I was so worried that they were not going to reach that potential of how he described the outfits. But when he came out on that field in that shoe in the movie, I was like, well, damn, they nailed it.
Wait a minute. How about the mermaid outfit?
Yes. He said, you want me to be myself? This is me.
Right, the shopping carts, Lynn? Yeah, like everything.
It was like, I am me, and not my minions, but like everybody else needs to follow along and just be themselves. That's how I took it. Because I mean, like, you wanted to be a statement, but like he was just like, I am me, and so are all these other people.
And the bubbles flying, and it just was so over the top.
He was like,
the ponytail in the back, I was just like, killing it.
Yeah, that was so funny. I loved it.
That one, and then the bride one, like with the red eyes and
right
all
on point.
bleeding.
Right on point.
It's just like, I mean, every outfit was a statement, but this one was like, look, I am me, no matter what you think, and I'm going to show up to this lecture as me. And I mean, both of us spent time at it. That and the mermaid bubble Atlantis.
Love it. The mermaid.
It was like 4 hours of hair and makeup.
Order it online, like trying to figure out where to order that mermaid outfit.
Really?
That is going
Bubble
to
machine.
Halloween. That's gonna be the Halloween.
Right? Yeah, he was fierce. And I love the personality of the housekeeper lady. And then I just felt like they transitioned her perfectly. Like they could have picked a person to play that role.
Yeah.
I know we're not in the casting, but I don't think they could have picked a better person to play any of the roles. Like I agree. They nailed it with the casting, but with her in particular, like she embodied that personality of the character that I envisioned while going through the book, and they just didn't change that, and I loved it.
Yeah, I agree.
Since you already touched on the cast, how about Bette Midler?
She was nice
wrong.
I had my concerns though, because as in previous books, when they turn it into a movie and they have that A-lister that we talked to one of the authors about, sometimes when they get the A-lister, they want to put them in the movie a little bit more than it was in the book. So I was concerned that they was going to change the whole book for Bette Midler. When they didn't, that was perfect, because it was like more of a flashback for the most part.
Plus, she's so good. You didn't need to change it. She was going to get their point across. Like, she is so ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, they embellished that dialogue a little bit more, but I feel like it captured exactly what it needed to capture. It didn't change the dynamic of the book at all.
Right.
But yeah, you can't lose with Bette Midler. You're right, Lynn. She's just a superstar.
Yeah.
Oh, what of things that you didn't like and you did like?
No, well, all of it is positive, believe it or not. So.
Well, let me just say, because I know
for it.
one thing that you and I share in common with movies that have a lot of the thought in the head. When this movie started and it was his thoughts coming out, I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Now let me know what he's thinking.
Exactly, because that was another concern that I thought. I was like, how are they going to do it? Because they messed this up so many times, but he's letting us know his thoughts. Or whatever. So I'm like, are we going to go through the more movie assuming because we read the book on what he's thinking at this particular moment compared to this particular moment? So I was glad when you're right. They started with his thoughts. And I was like, perfect. Thank you. Please continue that way.
Right. Exactly.
I felt like as soon as I saw that Laverne Cox was in this, it was going to be on point. Like, I just don't feel like she would have been a part of it if it wasn't on point. And it was on point. Oh.
And her role was perfect.
And then have talking to Lynette, and Lynette was saying the things that she was saying about like gays and whatnot. And I was looking at like every little facial expression because, like, you know, like Laverne's face, she can't hide like no kind of feelings. And so I was like waiting for her to like that snap, but snap in a nice way, and be like, come on,
Right.
Waiting for it, but she didn't do it. But I was just like, it still got a point across. So I was happy.
Yeah.
But I loved her in the movie, her character, her role. Her presence, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was. I agree. Some of the things they changed, which wasn't, I guess it wasn't a big deal because I enjoyed the book so much, and the movie pretty much did stick to the book. With the slight changes, like Flip in the book, he was blonde hair, green eyes. For one,
he was fine in the movie.
Yes, he was fine.
Right.
Oh, he was fine without that blonde hair.
Right. And I don't remember Flip trying to change Billy in the book, because in the movie he was like, oh, can you like not wear that, or, you know, just kind of bring it down a little bit, you know. I don't remember that in the book. I don't know if you do.
Well, I think it's because they changed the dynamic of him and Flip, so that's probably why they changed it.
What do you mean?
They're like the little change they did with their relationship.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh.
That was the one change, I guess. The one big change that they made was that they didn't end up together like in the book.
Yeah.
And I absolutely, I personally love that, because I felt like it really made a point that you can be a straight guy and still be really close friends with someone who's gay, which is such a huge stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
And I that's why I absolutely love that change.
I love that change too. I was worried because the way things were leading in the movie, I thought that they were going to make Mauve like a little bit different and more like, well, not more loving, but more like, you know, I want to take you with me. Yeah. And I was, because like to be nice or whatever. So I thought they were going to change that. I'm glad they didn't. But then I was like, focus on that change. And then they had Flip's change. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I really don't mind now. So yeah,
exactly.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
How about the gut punch? I was going to flush him.
Terrible.
Oh my God.
I guess they needed to have that to put it in perspective on how she really felt, I guess, you know.
Right. Because they had him being so naive.
Yeah. Like,
I was like,
and she's the greatest. My mom loved. And then so it was all for a check.
Right. Exactly. I didn't like. Well, I don't know how I felt about them changing Bernie's character. In the movie, Bernie was the one that raped him in the book.
Oh yeah, you know, I didn't think they were gonna get deep into that rape scene.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I just wanted part of it just so he can say, "Welcome to the freak show, bitch." Like, no, you ain't doing this to me. Welcome to the freak show, as he's
right.
Yeah.
And then the fight back. Like, I would have loved to see the fight back. I mean, they had that bathroom scene, but it wasn't aggressive enough so that he could fight back. And you're right. They could have made it a little aggressive, and then he fight back, and then say that line.
Right.
Without it being a rape.
Right. Because in the book, technically, they were saying attempted rape. So, because I kind of rewinded a couple of times just to listen, did he rape him or did he not? it was attempted rape. So
Right.
it could have like kind of left that in, and just so he can say, went to freak show.
Right.
Well, at least
Welcome to the freak show,
like
biatch.
with his pants or something, like to go like down south versus
Yeah.
like, here, just let me kiss you on your neck.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, no is no, what, but I'm saying, like, if you're gonna portray what's in the books of the movie, then a neck kiss is not the same as attempted rape.
Exactly. Nowhere near it.
Well, and then the other thing is that they had him in the woods when it happened so that nobody was around. This they did kind of in this public bathroom. And I feel like anybody could have walked in.
Right.
And that's not how somebody who's scared to show that they like him, that he wouldn't do that in a bathroom where anybody could freely walk in. So that piece, I don't know. I felt like they needed to throw something in there, and they just tried to figure out how to get a piece of it in, because it shouldn't have happened in the bathroom like that.
Right. Yeah. They just dropped the ball on that part, but it wasn't that big of a deal, I guess. They tried to keep it kind of PG, I guess.
Yeah.
The only other thing I wish they would have kept in is in the book, the principal made this grand announcement when he came out on the float. Like it was leading up, like, and here comes Billy Bloom with this, and he described that so well, but the principal didn't do that in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he announced it or not. Anyway.
He announced it
because he cut off.
It was just as similar as it was more similar to the clown's announcement.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, in the book, the teacher, I don't know how you guys felt. So, when listening to the book, the teacher, Mr. Raymer or whatever, like, in the book, I felt like he was just out of it, like a clueless teacher.
Yeah.
That wasn't really paying attention. But then in the movie, he was mean. Like, it was all intentional. Like, he wanted all of this stuff to happen to him.
In the movie, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Or in the book, I felt like he was playing dumb because he knew it was wrong, but because in the South and like super Christian, he was like, you know what, I don't want to jump in on this, and like people might think maybe I'm gay, but like I think he was like literally trying to downplay it. Like if I don't say anything, nothing is gonna be wrong, and it'll just maybe go away and they'll stop. Kind of playing dumb, and I received it the same way in the movie. So for me, it was like he just was playing dumb.
Well, but also when he was so obsessed with the football team, and I guess the football team was in that particular class, so he was kind of like, oh, what's up, man, trying to be the football team's friend. So if they're bullying him, he was like, oh, I'm gonna overlook it, I don't want to upset the team, I don't want to upset the class, kind of thing. That's kind of how I took it. But along with him being just, oh yeah, if I don't say nothing, I didn't see anything,
Right.
Yeah,
like it's not teasing.
Yeah.
That royalty
next time.
Royalty of like football doesn't get in trouble. They get perfect grades. So I get what you're saying, Champion. I see that also. It's like you can't touch the football team.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say, and in small towns, especially in the South, the football team is everything. So you do not want to be that person that goes against, because you're going against your entire town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everybody will remember it, and everybody will hate you.
Yep.
So.
Probably run you out.
It's a hard position, but because like right's right and wrong's wrong. But at the same time, I do see that like his decision is not just in the moment; it has consequences to it, and it will reflect his family too. So if you had a family,
stand up.
I'm just gonna go balls to the wall and be like, look, y'all gonna hate me because I'm flipping tables over here.
Exactly.
So how about that book report? Like if I was in a class,
oh my god.
That's my book report. That was a book report written by me.
If I was in a classroom, if my classmate came in with that book report, I'm not really even sure how I would have been like,
what the cereal on his face?
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? That was so me.
It was him. I mean, you can't be mad if you know who someone is. I mean,
exactly. On the floor.
Like, he went literally
fell out.
100%.
Yes, he did. Balls to the wall, like you say. He went balls to the wall on that one.
That
like the light being low, his outfit falling on the ground and whatnot. I was just like dude,
Emmy. The history of my 30 years of teaching.
Right.
I have
and the Oscar goes to Billy Bloom.
And it's
Oh
funny,
man, that thing was so funny to me. I was dying on the book report.
Loving every minute of it.
one of my favorite scenes in Pulp Fiction is what they did
Oh
on
my god!
curfew. I was like, go ahead, Uma.
With like Quentin Tarantino, and so when they started doing it, he was doing all the moves, and I was like, get it, the shimmy. I was like, yes.
Oh my god, I love Flip for playing along. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, that's a friend.
Oh, I know, right? I'm telling you, that was just because I just loved every
Mia
part.
Wallace.
Right.
So there was a part of the movie in the classroom when the teacher was like, okay, you guys have to do this Dorian Gray assignment. And this is extremely irrelevant, Rhea.
Yes.
But I'm really excited because I had no idea who Dorian Gray was until I started watching Penny Dreadful. But so anyway, I was excited because I knew what she was talking about.
Yeah, I still don't know what you're talking about right now. So yeah.
Dorian Gray is a character.
You sound like me. Just now, you realize you sound like me right now. You realize that, right? Completely left field, connecting 6 dots to around to the other.
Yeah.
That are pretty much irrelevant, but at the same time, that's where your brain goes. So
Right, it was so irrelevant. But when she said it, I was like, wait a minute, I knew that name because I'm watching this show and they're talking about him.
Get on back.
Well, sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Can we get to the cast? Because we really still have not gotten into the cast.
Okay, let's jump into the cast.
Todd still had it, but
Lothar, Billy Bloom.
What you say?
I said Alex Lothar, Billy Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Loved him.
Yeah, he played that role.
Research, but he was in another show. Like he was, but I loved his character in that too. I think it's a British show, like Sex Education or something like that. No, I mess at it. Whatever. He's a good actor. I love him.
Yeah.
I love every single actor that was cast in this movie, down to the girl who was running for the queen and was, like the Bible person or whatever. Like
Abigail, is that Abigail Breslin?
Yeah.
Lynette.
So what you said she played in something else?
Wasn't it like Little Miss Sunshine? She was a young girl.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah.
One of my favorite movies.
And blah blah blah. Where's blah 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 from? Because
Anna Sophia.
She definitely looked familiar. I can't place where I know her from though. I forgot to.
Anna Sophia Robb.
Why is somebody trying to act like they know what's going on?
God,
what's happening right now? Like
she does this like all the time.
While you guys are looking that up, I was absolutely in love with Larry Pine, William, his dad. I thought he did an excellent job.
Oh, yeah.
But they changed his dynamic, so he was supposed to come across as mean, right?
Yes, I had that written down too.
He was, but if you remember back when Flip and Billy were talking, he kind of alluded to how his dad was very mean and kind of kicked him. So they didn't necessarily show it with him, but Billy talked about it with Flip. When they were like in the scene, when the dad kept coming, trying to jump into stuff with showing off the sports car and everything, he was kind of telling him how like, this is really the most that my dad has even talked to me since you've been around. And then he told him about being outcasted and things like that. So.
Yeah, because when I watched the movie, I was like, okay, I was thinking that maybe I got it wrong in the book. And maybe because he was so obsessed with his mom and he didn't really know why he left or he was perpetrating that, like maybe he was just sort of projecting this whole my dad is mean, but dad really wasn't mean. Because in the movie, what came out is that dad was really just one trying to protect him, and dad was the one that really loved him, not mom.
Exactly.
By not saying bad things about your mama. We know how that go.
Right, and I'm thinking, I'm wondering if mama was feeding him bad stuff, then that's why he had that opinion that his dad was bad and he really wasn't. So
right, because he came across as a butthole to his dad in the beginning. So I was like, wait, that's not supposed to. That's not how.
Right, like I'm busy right now, Dad. When Dad was talking to him and stuff, I was like, why is he like that?
I was looking up Anna Sophia Robb, and it literally said blah 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 as her character.
Shut up!
It did not say. Google says blah blah blah.
Oh my god!
No Mary Jane, just blah blah blah.
It says Mary Jane, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it does say. I did the same thing, Lynn, and I think I might know her from Race to Witch Mountain.
But she's also in Bridges to Terabithia and Soul Surfers. Carrie Diary.
Hold on, guys. Hold on real quick.
Factory.
Hello? I'm upstairs and recording. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys.
She also is in The Act, which actually is a great show, by the way. Check that out. The Jumper. She's in a lot.
She was a violet in Charlie's in the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it literally says like, "Oh, Billy Bloom and blah blah blah," and I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
"What is wrong with you?"
Who?
Oh, IMDb too.
Huh?
Or putting
Yep,
blah,
it does
blah,
say
blah.
blah, blah, blah. That's funny. That's my new thing now, y'all. What's her name? Blah, blah, blah.
But owning it is the thing that's crazy.
She was in Little Fires Everywhere, also, as young Elena.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why she's kind of sitting in my head as really familiar, since that was a recent watch.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I had her like face in my head, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Me too, yeah.
But yeah, it was a great cast of characters in this movie. Even the guy that liked him, what was his name? Bernard?
Bernie, yeah.
Bernie. Even Bernie, I thought was a good pick.
Yeah, I agree. He kept watching him.
Mm-hmm. He was cutie too.
Yeah, he was a cutie.
Yeah.
Funny. But his heart belonged to Flip. Where to go?
Flip. He was like, I'm having dreams of me being the housewife and him going off to work.
I felt like he had a little bit of bipolar though, because oh,
Yes.
he got beat up. He was like, Flip just scooped me up in his arms. One more time. Flip me up in his arms.
when he was like, "Oh, he's leaving. Think quick. Dead.
Out, yo.
Dead.
That
It was adorable.
so funny.
It was adorable.
It was so cute.
All right, well, y'all ready to rate this adaptation?
Yeah. I forgot about that, Lynn. That was hilarious.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Full glass.
2 full glasses. I know I can't do that.
Plus full. But yes, a full glass from Lynn.
Oh, we see her pouring her full glass right now.
Full glass from Rhea. That's a full bottle for the freak show. Baby, on the dance floor. Freak show. Freak Show's such a great movie. Check it out.
Please check it out.
Please read it.
Look,
Oh yeah,
if you get the opportunity, try to listen to it on Audible because the narrator just makes it such a great story. So try to do that one on Audible rather than reading in your Kindle or hard copy because it's a great narration.
Yes, I agree.
Nestus Estus, is that if that's how you say his name? I don't know how you say it correctly, but outstanding job narrating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also Susan Torn and Tracy, someone I forgot, but Ben, 1 point.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yeah,
Pretty much any platform you can get to us.
yes, pretty much.
Follow us.
Subscribe.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Be safe out there. Oh, let me see my shirt.
Love is love.
Foods out. Clutch foods
Bye.
hour.